All right. Welcome to our final show of 2025. Before we get started, there's a lot going on in the world, but we want to celebrate all of this year. How are you this morning, Michael D?
Okay. Good morning. Good morning. I will admit, I just got up, overslept. So
It's okay.
settling in. I need to hear some. I got to hear some Prince. It's gonna get me juiced up. But the people's here, so
Peoples are here.
I came to work on time.
You were
I'm
on
here.
time.
I'm here, so I don't get fired. Yeah.
I thought I was going to have to be here by myself, so I am so grateful for you,
Oh.
Michael Dean, each and every day.
We're in the building.
So we had Andre Staley first in the chat. What up, though? Good morning, afternoon, and have a blessed day. That's what I'm talking about. We got Anna B on top of the Purple Mountain.
Okay.
Love that.
Good morning, Anna B.
Morning. And let's see, we got Cassandra Bradley. Feeling much better this week, Cassandra. I'm so happy to hear that you're feeling better.
Good news.
Yes.
Health is wealth.
Health is wealth, and we got to get ready. What you doing for New Year's Eve, Cassandra? I feel like you're someone who parties for New Year's Eve.
Putting that party tag on you. You're saying she be out in the streets? Is that what the word is out in the purple community?
No, the word is that Cassandra is such a fun and loving person who is full of life. She's not going to be at home by her alone soon. I know that for sure. So thank you so much, Jamal, for hitting the like button as always, sending love and appreciation for the crew, especially Pretty Ricky.
Brother Rick, yes.
We miss you. We hope you're okay, and we can't wait to have you back with us.
Big Rick.
We got Nick Felden from Denver. Yes, we made it through 1985. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, it ain't over yet now.
Well, that's true. All right, Michael D. You're right.
Everybody gets to talk. Well, we made it, and all of a sudden, alien invasion. God damn! I wish I would shut the hell up. No.
You're absolutely right. We're right. Okay, we got Ron Kayla. We got Drea Dances.
Drea.
Always. It's amazing to have you in the chat. We got KMS 1984. We got the Boombox Guru. I hope everyone is doing well and had a great Christmas. How was your Christmas, Michael Dean?
Excellent. Time with family, so it was great.
Yes.
How about yourself?
Same. It was the first time I wasn't sick for
wow. Okay.
3 years. And I got to spend it with my husband, so that was really special because we're usually always family. But because of the previous trip and Thanksgiving and all that, so nice. It was a special Christmas.
Did you get anything that you wanted for Christmas? Is there certain?
Yes, rest.
Oh, hey. I won't wake up in the morning and see that gift under the tree. Oh, Lord, thank you. Right back to bed.
Rest. It's been a rough year, Michael Dean, for stress and all that, and running like a chicken with its head cut off and all that. So you know how that goes. EA 8133, happy holidays from San Francisco. We got Karan. Happy second day of Kwanzaa. Thank you for that, Karan.
Yeah.
And we got Arlene Oak, happy Twixmas. That's what I'm talking about. We got my literature brother, Blade Brown, Morning Fam. We got D68A, Evening Purple People. We got Chris Bournet. We got Stone Freak. So happy that you're here, Stone Freak. And we got a little soft love sexy because I don't have my volume all the way up. We got Duke Swan. We got Fort Porter. And we got Blue Misty 650. Haven't been here in a while. Welcome back. We got
Blue Misty. What is that? Can you go back to the blue? What is the I forget what we call those.
Insignia?
The profile pics.
Oh, I call it avatar.
Avatar, excuse me.
It's probably profile pics. I think avatar is
okay. Yeah, what is that? That's giving me some Captain Avatar, if y'all know what I'm talking about, but more of an updated version. But I like that. I don't know what that is.
All right, let us know, Blue Misty. We got our timekeeper. Oh, it is snowing like crazy in New York. It is a white.
Really?
Christmas. Yeah, it's like I don't know how many inches. It's a lot. We got TP in the house. We got Mooches with Vanity. Oh, look at okay. Cassandra is just cooking for New Year's Eve. All right.
Ooh, what you cooking, Cassandra?
What you cooking, Cassandra? That's what we want to
Be
know.
right over. All right, play.
Send it through the mail. We got
Let me
Raymond.
DoorDash you. I'm a DoorDash you from where you at. Seattle. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for Porter for shouting out all the graphic designers, especially those who still sketch manually. Thank you for watching the Glenn Parsons interview. You were there during the premiere. I so appreciated you being there. We have Gabrielle from Australia. I feel the love, Gabrielle. Thank you so much for sending the purple love. We got Gregory in the house. And we got Mira. And we got Lisa from Galveston. We got Sister Charles from Sunnyside, Galveston. And alien invasion or resource reclamation. That's what Kim's talking about. And let's see. Raymond says, me and my family watched the Purple Rain tour live from Atlanta on Christmas.
Wow. Okay. That's what I'm talking about, man. Give him an award.
Yes, Raymond. You know
what's family out there?
Yes. All right. And we got Pedro. Greetings from Brazil. And yes, K Cool Music Eyes married. And we got Heavenly Gains here. And we got Purple Cat Confetti. Last Tuesday I had to say goodbye to my Luna. She succumbed to kidney disease at Christmas time. We're so sorry for her loss, Purple Cat Confetti. Thank you for being here with us. And Karan got a beautiful grandson on Christmas Day.
Wow, congratulations.
Oh, congratulations. You
got grandbabies, okay.
Yes.
Salute to you and your husband. Salute.
Yes. And we got PR Housequake. And we got, so Blue Misty says it's from a French comic book.
Oh, okay. What's the name, Blue Misty? I'm in the comics, so.
Yeah, Michael D. No. And yes, New York is white all over. I hear you. And the PR Housequake is like, that's why I'm here, because I'm going out there. I don't blame you.
I got snow? I didn't know that.
Yeah, we got a lot of snow. It's beautiful, but I really wish that I was with Boombox Guru in North Carolina, where it's 73. That's where I live.
Wow. Well, I tell you, my son, he called me Christmas morning. He's like, "Oh, hey, good morning, Dad. Me and Mom about to go out to the beach." The beach.
That's amazing. I wish I could go out I wouldn't even go out to the beach, just be out in the sunshine. That would be awesome. And we got Lady Cab Driver 72, and we got Annie Ward from France, and we got Jerry GB from the UK. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, Jerry, and I see your avatar as well. I see you. I'm noticing.
And then we got one of my favorite folks on the planet.
Whoa.
Hi, Jesse. I miss
Jesse, you. What's happening?
Miss you. You don't see about me anymore. All right. Let's see.
Jesse said, "You married."
He's a youngin'. He's supposed to look after his elders. I'm an elder now. I'm a senior citizen.
Okay. You're a senior citizen.
Yeah, I'm a senior citizen, Michael Dean, as are you.
Okay. Wow. I like this. There you go.
Remember AARP?
For sure. Yeah. Let me write that. I'm making a note of that one. I'm a senior citizen. Right. What time? Kim, what time is it, Kim? When I do my clap back, I want a reference.
Oh my God. We got Audra, my AT alien, in the house. I didn't see you for Record Store Day. I usually see Audra during Record Store Day. I didn't see Audra this time. And I am thrilled to announce we are not alone. We have the one and only Reverend C. Lee McGinnis.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How y'all doing this hot ass Mississippi morning? It's 75 degrees Mississippi.
I wish I was there with you, C. Lee.
I'm on my brown mark. What time does rehearsal start? That was the part they cut out because they didn't want to shade. What time does the rehearsal start?
Oh my God. All right.
I'm here, ain't I? Start when I get here. No. mean, what if you said that was a whole different movie? Oh, never mind. What's up, Celie?
Oh my
I'm good,
God.
man. How y'all doing this morning?
We are doing fantastic now that you are here. And Blue Misty has let Michael Dean know that it's called Corto Maltese. It's
okay, cool.
Everywhere outside the U.S.
As in the Maltese Falcon? I mean, I'm just
shows us how illiterate we are about Corto Maltese.
Okay, so y'all, I'm late. What is Corto Maltese? Help a brother out. Let me what that is, as we say.
Rabbit hole. I'll say so. His avatar profile picture was that right there. So I was like, I asked him what that was, and then he said it was a comic book, and I was like, oh, what's the name of the comic book? So apparently, Corto Maltese is the comic, and I just looked it up, so I got it. Thank you.
Well, since we had that rabbit hole, hey Blue Misty, does the Maltese Falcon come from there too? Is that where we get Maltese Falcon?
I love this comment from LTKK. I missed Vanity 6 in the time, and it's halfway through their set. You're not late. You're right on time.
Hilarious.
Funny. Oh, and Pedro is in Rio de Janeiro, and it's hot as H there, and like some snow.
I've always wanted to go to Rio. I feel like it was. Did James Bond ever go there in a movie or something back in the day?
Who?
James Bond.
Oh, I don't know. I don't
in Rio, and it was. Oh, you know what? Never mind. I know it now. I remember what.
Barry Manilow. You mean Barry Manilow?
Yeah, let's just see. It was Barry. There it was. That's what it was.
Barry Manilow. And you know what? I ain't going in front. That Barry Manilow HBO concert, I watched that damn thing a billion times, man. I was. Yeah, that when remember HBO with that little box you put on the TV for like really plugged in the cable. You had to switch that little knob to make it be HBO.
We're going deep, yes.
Yeah, that Barry Manilow live at the Copacabana. I ain't realized as a kid, man.
You said that was like Sign of the Times.
Yeah, like it was, man. That was my early Sign of the Times. That Barry Manilow live at the Copacabana. I ain't going in front.
Hilarious.
Oh,
so Moonraker was in Rio. Okay, see, I know it.
Was it? Okay. All right, Pedro.
Always wanted to go.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
And you know what's sad? The only reason I want to go to Rio so I can stand and go, Rio! Rio! My name is Celie. Yeah, keep coming like that. Yeah. Who? Yeah. Who that come on? We can't damn. Who? Yeah, keep talking like that. Yeah. Who? Yeah. Some of that fucking in there. All right, that's it. All right.
We need to yes.
Y'all know what of my favorite bootlegs is.
Oh my God.
Man, the show has started. No, you guys have started. The main show has started. The Game Boys are over. Prince is here.
Oh my God. All right. So I got to do something special for somebody special. So please bear with me. Today is Theo's birthday. And I'm going to try. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Theo. I hope that you're doing something purple today, too. All right. Okay.
And I'm just going to say, happy birthday, Playboy.
There you go. She hit him with the Marilyn Monroe.
Right.
You doing that? Got this full Marilyn Monroe.
That version.
Celie, I almost Celie, but then I had to, I switched it up.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I pulled it. Yeah. All right. So this is the episode where we kind of look back, even though Michael Dean was like, we ain't got time to be looking back because we're supposed to wait until the first of the year, but we're going to look back today.
All right. All good.
Just a little bit.
How far back we going?
We're going to
way back into time.
We are going to rank this year's first in the chat for the entire year was Anna B. And Anna B was number 3 from last year. So Anna B moved up 2 spots. So first in the chat this year, Anna B 15 times. Anna B was first.
Wow. Okay.
And then number 2, it was dethroned from the number 1 spot.
Oh, wait. Is this from this year or from last year?
This is from this year, but this is showing where they were last year.
Oh, gotcha.
Sister Bradley, Anna B is squeezing. Better kick ass next year.
Oh man.
Yes. So Cassandra was number 1 last year, but number 2. That's not shabby.
It's all right.
Yep. 11.
Somebody else have it, you know.
Yeah, 11 times first in the chat this year, and coming in for number 3.
Coming in hot.
Yes, because Andre only had like 1 from 2023 and 2024.
Wow.
10 first in the chats at the number 3 spot for Andre Staley. What up, though, Detroit in the house?
Detroit said, "Hey, we here. We coming up." Okay.
Hey, but you know what? That consistency, brother Andre gonna be that band that was gold every year. We don't give them their props. They was just gold every year. They didn't go platinum. But you know the hood. So the hood gonna rock with you, brother Andre, because you was bringing out them summer gold, them gold albums every summer. So we with you, Detroit.
Yeah. He's the Tony of the.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes. And yes, we got to give congratulations to our top 3, Anna B, Cassandra Bradley, and Andre Staley. Let's see what Cassandra's talking about. Oh, how thank you, Cassandra, for being a good sport. Really appreciate you.
Cassandra was like, album of the year, sign of the time, or U2.
There you go.
Your words go to U2. And Cassandra did like Prince did when he looking. I don't know. Prince was like, "This is bullshit. I ain't never coming back to you. White folks always do this."
Oh my God. So I love this comment from Arlene. I'm never first, but I'm always grateful for this Saturday Purple Fest and for the work and attention it takes to make it happen. Thank you so much for that, Arlene. All right. And Theo said, I was the first comment on the first episode after the break because I wasn't there when the break was announced.
Oh, shit.
You're like, what about it? What?
Theo's like, hold on, goddamn it. This is the book. Man, happy birthday, Theo. Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday. One day we're going to get my
next time.
Yes. Oh, I love this, Blake.
Right. I like that, brother Blake.
Hilarious.
World of Curls certificate, baby.
Hilarious.
Okay, we got to make that happen for sure. All right. So we got Christina from Minneapolis and Lee Christian tied for. Oh, I skipped over Chris P.
Wow, Chris, we see you.
Chris P came in 4th, and then Christina and Lee Christian were tied for 5th, and then Lee Christian's wife Grace came in number 1 1 week to let us know.
Wow.
Hey,
brother Chris, how many times do you walk around the house going, Grace? Appreciate it, Grace.
Man.
Yes.
That's a cold move of somebody's wife.
Yes.
Got first. That's dope, man. I mean, that's wow. Okay.
Yeah, because she was checking to make sure that we were going to be on.
Or was she checking to make sure what he was going to be on?
There you go. Hey, see what he doing.
Exactly. What's he doing? Who he talking to every morning and ain't talking to me?
Oh, my goodness.
96 my ass.
Chris better clean up that browser history, brother. Use the incognito tab. Chris got 2 tabs going on, one incognito and one this one backup. I know the game, Chris. I know the game.
Hey,
no, we just put Chris on blast. Sorry about that.
Hey, as another rabbit hole, brother Dean, I was somewhere about 6 months ago, and they was the whatever the conference was, and they was talking about just tech stuff. You know, I'm not tech, so they said, "Hey, who would let somebody pull up their history search, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, you right there." And I just pulled up, and like the whole crowd like gasped. And I was like, I didn't know how many people were that afraid to pull up their history. Like, I yeah, me like, no. I'm like, what? And I was like, what are these people searching? They're like half the room just gasped.
Hilarious. Scott, you're right.
All right. And then another first in the chat was Jared Dances as well as Theo. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Theo, you on here, Theo?
Yeah, that's what Theo said. Theo said they were first in the comments because they didn't realize that we were on break. So they were first. Okay. All right. And our special guest from this past year, obviously, Mr. Duane Tudahl, our author of these amazing series of books. The whole reason why we are here is because of Duane and Prince. And then we had Andrea Swenson, the author of Deeper Blues and so many other books, like Purple Rain 40. Like, There's Gotta Be Something. I always get that book name wrong, but you know the one I'm talking about. And then we had Seth Neblett, author of The Mothership Connected. Yes. And we had Pamela Ayo Yatunde, who is the author of Dearly Beloved. So we had our authors on this year.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a great list, by the way. Yeah. We doing it.
Yeah. It was some really great conversations. And if you haven't checked out these books, you want to check them out. And Andrew is back on because this is the audio version of Deeper Blues, which is the book about Cornbread Harris, who is Jimmy Jam's dad. And Mothership Connected is about the women of P-Funk, and Dearly Beloved is about the spirituality of Prince. So if you haven't checked out these books, these are really great books to read, like right before the new year or right during the new year, alongside our book. And we had some What Did Prince Do This Week fam on. If I missed some of you, I apologize, because there's a lot of episodes. I did my best, but Cassandra Bradley visited us this year to talk about Celebration. And then we also had Stone Freak on. We also had Vanessa on. Vanessa. So that's fam that joined us live. And then we had more Purple fam join us. We had Anil Dash. We had Arturo. We had Big Sexy. We had Chris Aguilar Garcia. We had Claire Roundtree. We had Crystal Wise. We had Marilyn McNair. We had Miles Marshall Lewis. We had Ted Talk Space. And we had Zachary Hoskins.
Wow.
And again, if I missed somebody, my apologies.
Just the fact that this is a great list of people, even previously before that. But if you just wrap your head around it for a quick second and just say, this is all about conversations about Prince. Like, this is fantastic, man. It's wild.
Right. We want to add one person. I don't know if you had up there, Dorothy Edwards.
Oh, that's right. I knew I was yes, Dorothy Edwards. Yes, we got to add.
Shout out to Sister Edwards. She came on.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. And whoever we may have forgot, listen.
Right.
Thank you. It's our fault, but we appreciate what you bring to this show. Trust me, it's our oversight if we did.
All right. So I just did an addition with the quickness. Dorothy.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
They ain't gonna catch me slipping.
See, they don't do this on other shows or award shows. Like they just leave somebody off for a year. Oh well.
There you go.
Put a little tweet maybe. What did it mean?
Oh my God.
Make sure you get your flowers here. So I love that.
Yes. And if I did my math correct, and I could be totally wrong, we didn't have any special co-hosts, meaning like last year we had like Big Sexy was a co-host and Arthur was a co-host one time. Mm-hmm. But I think it's just the one and only Michael Dean, Reverend C. Lee, and Pretty Ricky was holding down.
Pretty Ricky is what they call him.
Pretty Ricky.
Salute to Ricky.
Pretty Ricky. Sending out love, brother.
Yes.
That's right. And salute to Reverend Seeley. I don't know, was it this year or last year you joined? But whenever it was, man, we've been the better for it the whole time. And thank you so much for coming through, man. I appreciate it. Like, just want to just tell you, I've said this before, but thank you.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. That means a lot.
Yes, and thank you, JD, for being here. We love you here. We love all of you in the chat because, as Michael has said so many times, there would not be What Did Prince Do This Week without all of you in the chat. Right. It's not about us. It's about you. So we so appreciate you being here. All right. So next up, yes, I didn't do that, Chris Bornay. I didn't do the memoriam because we would be here all day, and I don't want for us to be sad. So let's get started with What Did Prince Do This Week? Week 52 of 1985. This is a very read of Duane Tudahl's Prince Studio Sessions book series, as well as the Saturday Salon. Do your Googles if you don't know what a salon is. Just do salon and Harlem Renaissance. You'll understand. And then we're going week to week, not day to day. You can find the detailed schedule. We have to do a whole new schedule. I need to do that between now and next week. So I'm reminding myself for next year, we will start 86 and 2026. And then you do not need the paperback version, but that's the one with the extra pages. Yes. All right.
Was it Girls and Boys?
Yeah. Oh, I love this comment from LTKK. This trio is such a good set of hosts, and I love when the expanded band joins too.
Yeah.
That's right.
The counter revolution.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And C. Lee energizes me every Saturday.
Appreciate you, brother Theo.
Yes. All right. Okay. And these will be archived at Polished Solid as well as at MDean. Please subscribe, hit that like button, as people say, and help spread the word for What Did Prince Do This Week, so other people can share in the joy of Prince's work ethic. That's what it's all about. And let's see. Fun fact, Kim, our timekeeper, helped my band sell our CDs way back in the day. I always owe her a debt of gratitude.
Wow. Wow. And then we're going to say, CDs of what? We want to know. You're in a band. Please expand.
Oh, my God. Oh, thank you so much, Eric B. And let's see what Anna B. first in the chat for the entire year says. I want to thank the staff and fellow peeps for their knowledge, laughter, and empowerment, which was motivation. May I get something from the Purple Palace? I think I was first in 2022 or 2023.
Anna B. Anna B. We appreciate. Listen, you got those years. You got it.
Yes,
absolutely. We want to give that to you. We do recognize you every time. We love you. So salute to you.
Salute to Anna B. All right, and let's see. This is our hashtag, and this is our email. Once we start that parade tour, we want to hear from you. So the estate of Prince Rogers Nelson is not affiliated, associated, or connected with the What Did Prince Do This Week book club series. I cannot talk today because I'm so excited to be here with Michael Dean and C. Lee, because it's a special day. It is our final episode of the year. And I don't know if you remember, C. Lee, we pre-recorded this last year, the final. Do you remember we pre-recorded it?
Yeah.
So, so amazing to do this live with the both of you. So yeah, let's see.
I thought you meant we were pre-recorded this. I'm like, am I on a simulation?
No, we're talking about last year. Okay. And this is our community guidelines. We choose to be a community even when we disagree. And we play commuting from Things Left Unsaid. And the reason why I play commuting is because I finally watched F1 last night with Franklin. I call him Franklin.
Hilarious.
And Brad Pitt. And I really wish that I would have seen that in IMAX. It was a really amazing film if you're into car racing and all of that. So that's
how did it connect to Eric Leeds?
Well, commuting in terms of just like
the songs. Okay.
And also like the way that it starts, like the and then the way it goes out.
Okay.
Kind of sounds like. Yeah. So that kind of reminded me of F1.
Is F1, that's not the one about the Ford, the Mustang. That's not
No. No, this is about Brad Pitt being like an old timer in the game and on the school. James Idris, which is his name.
I need to see that one. I wouldn't.
Top Gun of Racing. That's how I call it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Top Gun of Racing. And of course, Kim, I know that you used to work at Criminal Records. And yes, of course. Yeah. And then let's see, WDPDTW. Wonderful data provides delightful, tremulous witticisms. All right.
Okay.
There you go.
I love
it. I'll take
it. Okay. Yeah, let's say that
Wonderful data.
multiple times. Wonderful data provides the life for tremulous witticisms. Okay, I'm doing pretty good actually.
Witticisms. Okay.
Yeah, I love that.
I want to give Kim her props. Y'all help me out. Who was on Criminal Records? Who was give me some Criminal Records people.
Criminal Records. Well, we used to have them names back in the day.
Well, Criminal Records is a record store that started Record Store Day.
Okay.
Okay. So it's a store. Okay.
It's a store. Okay.
Store. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. JD said, was it Days of Thunder, the Top Gun of racing?
That's a good one too. Days of Thunder was a good one too. There you go.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Record store. Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's a record store. And then on Commuting, it's composed by Eric Leeds and Gil Goldstein. I don't know who Gil Goldstein is. I should, but Gil is on the synthesizer. And we have Eric Leeds on sax, Rhodes piano, and synthesizers for Eric, as well as David Boatway on piano, Alfonso Johnson on bass, who is a very accomplished jazz bassist, Alejandro Acuna on drums and percussion, and Richard Martinez. All right, so off of, again, 1993's Things Left Unsaid.
Wow.
Okay, so episode number 152 and week 52 of 1985. Oh, yeah, this is important, actually. So Stone Freak just said Criminal Records not only have records, but they also have comics and graphic novels. It's a really cool store. So if you're ever in Atlanta, it's actually one of the largest record stores that still exist. They used to be large, but they're still pretty big because they moved locations, but they're still in little 5 points. And Cassandra says, I have been to Criminal Records only once since I moved here in 1991 from St. Louis, Missouri. Wow.
Blue.
Kim is saying cash 3 number right here, 152.
Ah, damn.
That's right. And do we have Chanel back? And did I miss Chanel? And we got Sonic 22. Thank you for being.
Hey, what's up, sir?
What's up, good man?
We got Chanel. All right. And Man Ray, which I think I missed. Welcome, Man Ray. And
real quick, Kim, I know we Deviation City today. What years were you working at the record store? I was just curious, like, what were some of the albums that came through during the time you was, selling records and stuff? It was kind of dope.
I love this comment from Chris Bournet. I thought Criminal Records was a label like Death Row.
Right. That's what I was
thought. Yeah, that's what I thought when y'all first said it.
Like they have artists like Little AK-47.
Right.
Let's see.
OG Bobby Johnson.
All right. So we'll wait for Kim to respond with what years were you at Criminal Records. So this week in 1985, Prince recorded 10 new songs.
Okay.
My goodness.
Nice.
Okay, here we go. Summer 2001 to 2005.
Okay.
4 years.
What was what was that big album that came through during that time you remember? You know what I'm saying? Like people, they buying this up.
And I love LTKK. Sounds like a subsidiary of Ruthless Records.
Hilarious. Shout out to Eric Wright.
All right. So 10 new songs. So Prince is no longer in France because he is recording at the Wazoo. And there were 4 studio sessions. Let's put this in context. This is the week of Christmas. And Prince is recording 10 new songs and 4 studio sessions. All right. And this is the week. So on Sunday, it was Love on a Blue Train, Rough Mix, Sexual Suicide Mix, and Instrumental, some kind of mix. And then With You, mix with orchestra, Rough, another mix. And then he gave people time off on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That was very nice of him. So they could spend Christmas with their families. But then on Thursday, he's like, enough of that. And they're back in the studio for A Couple Miles, Can I Play With You, the tracking, overdubs, and mixes for those. And then some horn overdubs on Friday for A Couple Miles. and I can't remember what PSO stands for. Something happened with Can I Play With You? And then on Saturday was a momentous day because this is what most fans refer to as the Flesh Sessions. And it's too many songs to name because we're going to read about them anyway. So there you go. Okay, let's see. Kim Criminal YouTube page has a lot of the in-store videos I shot. A lot of albums dropped that were dope. Okay. So the Kim Criminal YouTube page.
Okay. Wait a minute. Let me write that down. Kim Criminal. All right.
Kim Criminal. And
all right. I'll be checking that out.
Welcome, Blatcher Bear, for joining us. And let's see. Notoriously alone in the studio annually for our boy Prince. Well, he wasn't alone on Saturday with the Flesh Sessions. And then let's see. And how much did those studio sessions cost? This is a good question.
That's a good question. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question, especially during the holidays. And I love this. Yes, you're so right, LTKK. It's percussions and strings overdub is what the PSO stands for. And I feel like I missed something. Okay, here we go. Memory 10 said there was a dance music label based in New York City called Criminal Records, owned by producer Arthur Baker. Okay, so there was a music label. But when we say Criminal Records, we're really referring to the record store in ATL. So, yes. All right. Okay. What am I doing? Oh, okay. I'm in the right place. So let's get our reading started. Who wants to start off reading about Love on a Blue Train and all that? It is Sunday, December 22nd.
I can start. Oh, you got it?
Go ahead, brother.
Okay. Okay, hold on. All right, Love on a Blue Train, listed as Blue Train. Oh, you know what I wanted to say about Love on a Blue Train real quick? Before we get into this. I was listening to this last night. Can we consider Love on a Blue Train? Is that kind of become like a diss song a little bit? And I say that because toward the end of the song, they go into this whole thing of Jerome, upside your head. Maserati, upside your head. And I always thought that was weird. Like, why would he just throw those two names? But then I was like, this is Prince. Like, at that time, he was probably, yeah, okay. So when you think of that, when you listen to that song, listen to that. It's kind of interesting. Sexual Suicide mix, Sexual Suicide instrumental, likely mix, With You, with orchestra. Ooh, rough, listed as too rough. Likely mix, Sunset Sound, Studio 3, 1 p.m. to 7 a.m. Booked, locked out. Producer Prince, artist Prince, Sheila E., Angel Jones, engineer Susan Rogers, and Coke Johnson.
We're reading the quote, but we want to emphasize the time, 1 p.m.
Yeah.
7 a.m.
We're going to do some work. Yes. All right. This is from Coke Johnson. Prince was Prince. The clothes that you see him in, all the pictures you see of him, that was his daily get down, as I say, but daily wear. He never showed up wearing blue jeans or a t-shirt or tennis shoes or anything every day. That's who Prince was.
All right, let's skip down to on the final day in the studio.
All right. On the final day in the studio before the holidays, he spent the bulk of the sessions creating additional vocals for Rough, With You, Love on a Blue Train, a song called Love, which might have been the abbreviation for Love on a Blue Train or Another Love Hole in Your Head, in multiple mixes of Sexual Suicide, including at least one instrumental version. After a 15-hour marathon in the studio, Prince requested that 3 C60 tapes be made of the day's work. When that was finished, his tapes were packed up to be shipped to Minneapolis. It was unclear how long he'd be away from Los Angeles, and while he was gone, he wanted his tapes if inspiration struck. We'd take what we absolutely needed, what I thought we were going to be continuing to work on, explains Rogers. A lot of things stayed at Sunset in their tape vault, And then I had to keep track of all this stuff because he might ask at any time, day or night, where is such and such tape? And just if you think, I mean, this is before computers and the internet, and you can't just pull up your phone and this is what I have here. So they had to do this, manually. And just if you think about probably how this affects his artistry, where you don't have just instant access to pull up his music, like it's a process to bring the tapes in, pull the machine, get everything, rewire it again before I can get to work. Whereas today, you could just like go right in there and start recording on a second. So, and I see you, Sneak. I see you. All right, keep going. So Prince left for Minneapolis. As usual, holidays were often an obstacle when it came to making music. Although he may not want to take the day off, those around him preferred to spend time with their friends or family, or even just time away from Prince, recovering from their hectic work schedule. But to Prince, it was another day he could be making music. While on tour, he would offer to fly in a family member for his crew, but they'd be on call for whatever was needed. When it was time, when it came to his studio time, he would do as much as he could alone, explained Susanna. When you talk about compassion, he didn't know how to be there for the people. Those kinds of holidays are about being there for somebody or allowing somebody to be in your space. It gets quiet. It gets introspective. It gets familiar. It gets vulnerable, super vulnerable. That was a time that he recoiled from because he had the hardest time being that guy. So he spent a lot of Christmases alone working. It was a compulsion to stay away from the feelings, to stay away from being vulnerable.
Let's skip down to the day after Christmas.
The day after Christmas, Prince flew back to Los Angeles and he requested that Susan Rogers return to California as well, as she recalls. I remember getting a call. I remember getting a call from Alan Leeds. It was around Christmas time because I had a Christmas tree up in my condo, and Leeds says, pack your bags and go to Los Angeles. And I said, how long should I pack for? Which is an obvious question. And Alan said, 2 weeks. So I stuffed, I'm sorry, which is not good. It was an Amber Alert. I recall getting a call from Alan. I'm sorry. Pack your bags. Yep. Which was an obvious question. And Alan said 2 weeks. So I stuffed a big suitcase with 2 weeks worth of winter clothes and I went out to Los Angeles. I came home months later. I came home in a very different season to a brown stick in the middle of the living room in a pile of desiccated pine needles on the floor. Y'all can help me out with what that means, but wow.
The tree died.
Yeah, the tree died.
Oh,
yeah. She come from them real tree people. When I get a real damn tree,
man.
Lee, I do not come from the real tree people.
And what's crazy, like I knew real tree people. Like we, growing up in the country, we knew real tree people. We never actually had the real tree, but I knew real tree people. And the one thing about real tree people, as a child, I realized you got to clean it up after Christmas. So I was always mad we weren't real tree people.
I'm not a real tree people now, but I grew up living out here. Yeah, everyone's got the real tree.
Had that real tree. So okay, so I want to start here, and I want to be clear. I'm not questioning. I think that Suzanne Rogers has, her word is bond. She's provided so much insight. I will say this though, and again, I don't like projecting, so I try not to project myself.
Oh no!
Damn.
Did Celie? Yeah, Celie's frozen, right?
Yes, that was weird.
Yes.
There
you go. You were frozen, Celie.
Okay. Susan Rogers had her hand on the thing.
There you go. Like, say something crazy here.
Yeah.
Not today.
So, it's like, so for me, for somebody who doesn't, I'm not a holiday person or a birthday person. So holidays for me are always great, especially when I was still teaching before I retired. I got to work because I wasn't doing all of the holiday stuff. So I would just say that I'm not so sure that holiday times were Prince recoiling as much as it was. The holiday tends to give a free, for people who don't celebrate holidays, the coolest thing for us is we get to have a lot of free time working. Like, so I'll give this, so my wife is the exact opposite. She's a holiday person. She has children, she has grandchildren, she's one of those people. My father, one of those people, get up for the holidays. I'm in my office now. I've been doing the same thing as an adult all my life for holidays, which is disappearing to my office space. Like I would, that 4-week break you got from fall and spring. Everybody who knew me knew, don't bother me. I'm going to be creating. So I'm not sure. I'm not saying that Susan Rogers is wrong. I'm not saying that she's lying. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that looking at it from another perspective, holidays for people who don't necessarily celebrate holidays like that. Like for me, Thanksgiving is just another Thursday. I've never had Thanksgiving dinner on Thanksgiving Day because I only eat 2,000 calories a day on Thursday. So I'll just say that I'm not sure. I've never gotten this picture of Prince being some sad dude stuck in the studio, moping and pining away with music as his own. I just took it as it's just another day for him to create and for him not to be bothered by people so he could create more. That's it. I'll shut up.
So I'm with you, Celie. So even though I miss my family dearly for Christmas, I've been working during this break, planning for the symposium, planning on hopefully a recap reel for what did Prince do this week that I didn't make happen last year. Planning another symposium for work. So I've been working. So and I haven't been like sad or anything. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so happy that I can make some, move the needle a little bit before the new year comes in and then everybody and their mama is going to be wanting something. So yes. All right. Oh, okay. Off topic. This is good to know. Questlove leaked the rehearsals from the Prince tribute he and D'Angelo did at Carnegie Hall. That's good to know. Thank you.
Is that the one where Chris Rock took part too?
I'm not sure.
Actually, I was at this show, but I don't remember Chris Rock. But I don't remember the whole show.
Okay.
Because it was.
I remember Chris Rock came out and did kind of like a spoken word thing to some music, and I was wondering if that's the same show. And I remember, okay, so I remember Questlove got kind of upset by people making some statements or whatever. Anyway, but I'm glad to know that's leaked because I only saw it like briefly that one time, so to know it's out there, I'd love to go check it out.
It seems like, if I'm misreading this, that is only.
The rehearsals. Okay, just the rehearsals. Okay.
It might just be D'Angelo.
Okay, so just the rehearsals. Cool.
Yep. Oh, look, I love this, Riolana DJ. Creatives are misunderstood. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think too, taking perspective, like somebody said, you're seeing it from, in this case, Susan Rogers' point of view or Susanna. But to me, it'd be like, you kind of seeing a point of view of the worker. So I imagine if this was Amazon, it was like, why are we working on Christmas Day?
Right.
This is what we do. Now, for the people in the warehouse, it's some bullshit. But for, Jeff Bezos, it's another day at work. We talk about.
Right.
What up, Ted? Yeah, that's such a really great point, Michael.
Ted. Salute to Ted, too, man.
And congratulations on a new endeavor, brother Ted. I know you're switching over, moving some things from YouTube onto another platform. So congrats with that, brother Ted, and much success with that, bro.
What platform are you going to, Ted, so we can follow you? Let's see. All right. So, Celie, do you want to read about Thursday?
Yes. So it's Thursday, December 26th.
Yep, you got it.
Also, the first day of Kwanzaa for people who think I'm a Grinch. A couple miles, tracking over the mix. Can I play with you? listed as "Can I Play with You?" Okay, You versus You. Okay, tracking overdub mix. Sunset Sound Studio 3, 2 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. Good Lord. Booked and open. Prince, producer Prince, artist Prince, engineer Susan Rogers, and Coke Johnson. This is a quote from Prince. Miles Davis, I learned a lot from. I learned a lot about space from Miles. Space is a sound too, and it can be used very
inventively.
inventively.
Where is it? Yes.
Let me stop front. Let me stop. let me stop. I was trying to front.
I said senior citizen.
There you go. Prince was inspired after his personal introduction to Miles Davis earlier in the month, according to Alan Lee's quote. Once Prince had a passion for something, he jumps right on it, end quote. The session started at 2 in the afternoon with Prince working on all instrumental that he listed as a couple miles by laying down both Simmons SDSV synth drums as well as a layer of live drums, including hi-hat and cymbals, then adding piano and overhand OBX synth. Once he was done with the first track at 8 p.m., he switched to Can I Play With You, a second jam, using a similar recording sequence after 5 more hours of recording with the same basic set of instruments, including some guitar work as well. He spent the next 2.5 hours writing lyrics and adding his vocals to the track, creating a rough mix of the song as it progressed. Prince reached out to Eric Leeds, who was on vacation with his family in Florida, about working on these tracks. Quote, I'm aware that Miles was a fan of Prince's, and I mentioned once to Prince just offhand in the middle of rehearsal one day, and I had read a recent interview with Miles, and he said something very, very complimentary about Prince. And Prince just said, quote, Eric, that's what makes it worthwhile when someone like that will say something, end quote. And that's all. That's about all it was. So anyway, when I heard later that Prince was actually interested in maybe doing something with Miles, well, I was going to make damn well sure I was involved with this, end quote. Status. Can I Play With You, 6:35 and a couple of miles, 4:30, remained unreleased during Prince's life. Can I Play With You with Miles on trumpet was included in the posthumous Sign of the Times Super Deluxe Edition 2020.
So I love this comment really quick from Bodhisattva. Prince in the studio with Marcus Miller and Miles would have been amazing.
Yes.
If that would happen.
Yes. I just very simple. I love Can I Play With You? Just been one of those. It's a really kind of fun track. And I'll also say to folks, if you have not read Miles Davis's autobiography, number one, every year books change. Miles' autobiography has remained in my top 3 favorite books ever since it came out. And if you don't want to read the whole autobiography, to Eric Lee's point, there's a lot. You can go back to the index and just search Prince's name. Like Miles talks about Prince a lot in the autobiography. So if you want to buy Miles' autobiography just to hear what he says about Prince, it is well worth it. But if you just like musicianship and what it means to be a serious musician, check out Miles' autobiography. It is great. That's it. I'll say.
Who is that by again? Or the one that you're
Quincy? What's the
author?
I was talking Miles. And Quincy Troop. It's co-written with Quincy Troop. And as a little tidbit, I actually got to talk with Quincy Troop about writing, helping Miles write his book. And I always put that on. It's funny how the universe, or if you believe in God, how that works out. Because when I was talking to Quincy about him helping Miles write his book, I wasn't thinking about doing the same. And then a year later, I got to help a legendary Mississippi civil rights leader write his book called Brother Hollis, the Sankofa of a Movement Man. And I used a lot of what Miles did, a lot of what Quincy Troop in his book to help Miles with Hollis Watkins. And then, of course, a couple of years after that, I got the call from Prince to say, hey, come help me out with this book. So I always use that discussion with Quincy Troop to tell people, if you know somebody, talk to them, get information from them, because you will never know how that information will come back and help you out. That's it. I'll shut up.
So, Netflix has a Fantastic Mouse documentary. If I think it's the Birth of Cool one, which was directed by Stanley Nelson, who also directed We Want the Funk from PBS earlier this year. And I always thought it was interesting that he is a Nelson. So I wonder if they're connected in some kind of way. But if you haven't watched Miles Davis' Birth of the Cool, it's an amazing documentary. And it really talks about what Miles had to go through as a Black man during the, and even being known, he still had to go through some stuff. It was kind of crazy. What? Is this true? So Franklin is going to be portraying Miles in the upcoming biopic. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that's been out there in the ether. That reminds me of, and I've forgotten I always forget. How do I forget the name of my favorite actor? He was in Hotel Rwanda.
Don Cheadle?
Yeah, Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle also portrayed Miles. And so if you haven't seen that movie where Don Cheadle plays Miles, it's great. And Sister Brooks, I'm glad you brought that up because I went to see that movie the first night and I hated it because I didn't know what it was about. Because so for those of you who haven't seen the Miles Ahead, thank you, Brother JD. When I went to go see it, I thought it was a biopic, right? I thought it was the whole. Remember, I told you I love the Miles Davis autobiography. The Don Cheadle movie is only about the 5 years where Miles wasn't making music. And so because I didn't know that's what it was about, I sat there through the whole thing, brother. What is this bullshit? What the hell? What? And then I went and I read, I went like, oh, and then I went back. I literally went back the next night. And because I was so, a movie like that, they'll pull because they didn't do a lot of advertising for it. And let's be clear, Black movies like that don't get to stick around in the theater a lot. So then after I read, I went like, oh, and then I ran right back to the theater that next night and loved it. So yeah, Miles Ahead with Don Cheadle is a great movie. Just I didn't know that it was just about the 5 years that Miles and the great line that lets you know that Miles was a Prince fan. There's a line in it, Brother Dean, where a guy's gonna hang out with Miles, and Miles was like, yeah, you're gonna go with me, but you got to change your clothes. And he said, I can't wear what I got on. Not if you with me. So I was like, yeah, him and Prince was on that same. Miles literally made the man change his clothes just to hang out with him. All right, that's it.
That'd be like, I guess, if they did a Prince movie, maybe it was just about the slave years or something.
Right, exactly.
That'd be interesting. Boy, I know fans would be in an uproar. I love it.
All right. So we're going to move on to Friday, December 27, 1985. Can I Play With You? Horn overdubs, a couple mouths, possible sax overdubs. Sunset Sound, Studio 3, 7 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. This was a light day, booked open. Producer Prince, artist Prince, engineer Coke Johnson, assistant engineer Alexander Waverly. Okay, never heard of Alexander Waverly. And this is a quote from Eric Leeds. I was a little pissed because I wanted to spend the whole of the holiday with my parents and Alan. Said he's only going to need you for like a couple of days and then you can fly back to Florida. I ended up being there for about 3 weeks. We were in the studio almost every day. Eric Leeds. I love Eric. Okay.
You're going to work.
Yes. Work it. Okay. Prince had planned to start the session at 4 p.m, but Eric was delayed getting into town because he had to fly from Miami to Atlanta to pick up his horns. He was really on vacation if he didn't have his horns. And then turn around and immediately fly out to Los Angeles. By the time I got to LA, I was fried and I knew I was probably going to be in the studio all night. I had a quick nap and then went to the studio. Naps don't do nothing for me. I'm one of those people. So the first thing that happens when I get there is that he has his track up and he said, I've been talking to Miles. I said, really? And he said, yeah. And I've got a track here that I want to send to him. Here it is. I wish I could hear him say that. Here it is. I'm going out to have dinner. Do whatever you want with it. I said, okay. There was another song that we did after Can I Play With You called A Couple Mouths. It was a really nice song, remembered Eric. This is high praise from Eric Leeds.
Right. That's over the moon for Eric Leeds.
Yeah. As high praise. Okay. I don't recall Prince ever saying it was something he was going to give to Miles or wanted Miles to hear, but he was just in a Miles Davis frame of mind. I love that. And it was like a tribute to him. It's a little dated now because of the sound of the drum machine, but the song was a much hipper song than Can I Play With You? It had a hipper melody and had a nice little bridge that allowed me to do some interesting orchestrations with a multi-sax horn section. Leeds recorded tenor and baritone sax on both Can I Play With You and A Couple Miles. Miles was living in Malibu at the time, and Prince was telling me, as soon as we do the song, we're going to go over to Miles's place, over to his home, and give it to him. I said, you're damn right we are. Now, that never happened. Prince actually had a couple of phone conversations with Miles about it, and then the tape was sent to Miles. A C60 tape was dubbed of Can I Play With You? The song's title can be seen as not only a flirty comment to a woman, but also a clever invitation from Prince to Miles to join him in creating music. The relationship Prince would have with Miles would be one of respect and yet some distance because Prince's control in the studio was absolute. Every band he had produced and every project he'd overseen was basically an extension of himself, and this was the first time he was venturing into much deeper waters. Okay, I have a different take on this. I think the reason why Prince didn't want to be in studio, the same, he never met Claire Fisher because he didn't want the magic to not be there. So I think it was out of awe and respect for Miles, in my personal opinion, but I could be wrong. First of all, you're dealing with two people who are control freaks, according to Alan Leeds. And if Miles is a control freak, multiply that by 5 when you come to Prince. As enamored as he was with Miles, it was never to the extent that he wanted to sacrifice his control. And again, that was Alan Leeds. I loved Miles. This is Prince in Code magazine. I don't remember Code magazine. Does anybody remember Code magazine? But anyway, you do? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love Miles because he was more of a music fan than most people would expect. Miles loved good musicians and cool people, but he was also the type of guy to invite Mick Jagger to his house and make him sit outside. He was the type of guy who would tell you to meet him in the dressing room, then be sitting there butt naked. But I loved him. That says a lot. Yep. All right.
Did that happen or something? Like, what? How did you reach for that? Let me just make up an analogy.
I like Brother Bernay's point about the Bengals. Yeah. So I think a lot of it, I kind of agree with you. I think a lot of it goes a lot of different ways. Prince was sometimes in the heavy-handed mood, and sometimes he was in the do whatever the hell you want with it mood. And I just think that it went from time to time where he was with the music. So,
I love this comment from Blatcher Bear. I wonder if Alan had to talk down Eric from cursing out Prince.
Now that's the movie I want to see. The Alan and Eric Lee's movie. That's the movie. Hey, somebody please make the Alan and Eric Lee's movie. That's the one I want to see.
It's really shines a light, of course, how big and how respected Miles Davis is to the music community. And in context of this is what 1980 85. I don't think listen when I say I don't think most people at that time, when you ask them of the top musicians in the world, I don't think a lot of people would just immediately think that Prince was in the same league of Miles Davis at that time. It was very clear. Right.
I agree.
It would be like if it was a big pop star today, and it was actually, this is what I was going to say. It would be as when I think of people like Pharrell when he was super hot, and when he wanted to obviously do some music and have Prince, to produce Prince. And I remember how I thought, like, are you crazy? Like, there's no way Prince is going to be touching your tracks, man. Like, he's just on a different level. And so I think about it, I think it's funny. It's probably the same way people thought of Prince at this time, trying to do something with Miles Davis. It was just like, yo, you sure this is Prince? Like, they haven't really seen, haven't been a body of work yet. So the fact that Miles Davis actually takes him very serious and is taking his calls and and listening to the music, and then we find out he ends up doing it, says a lot of how the real top tier Yoda musicians saw Prince as opposed to how we may have saw him at that time. So,
say that, Michael Dean. That's so important to point out.
And that's, I agree, and that makes me think about a project. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be. It makes me think about Miles and his ear, and again going back to his autobiography and how he was like, because from based on autobiography, Miles seemed to have been on Prince as early as 81, 82. So think about, I always got this notion of Miles either first was on Prince, either with Controversy or 1999. Think about that concept, right? Of Miles sitting around listening to one of those two albums and saying, because the line, I remember the line he says that whatever the year was, either 81, 82, he says that didn't know was Prince. He was one of the few people doing something that I really liked at that time. And I'm like, damn. Right. So I think that's another thing I would love, because Miles is no longer here, but we got him to maybe do some recording sessions or to interview some other musicians that's still around, to have them talk about when they first became knowledgeable of Prince. Like, because that's one of the things that I've wanted to do, was kind of just interview people to talk about, one, their music loves in general. And what I actually was going to be doing a session on local civil rights leaders, because a lot of people don't understand how the music was a part of the civil rights movement. So I was going to interview civil rights leaders, but I was only going to talk about their love of music. Like, what was your first love of music? And then at the very end, to see how many of them who were real civil rights leaders in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, what they knew about Prince and when they first came to know a Prince. So yeah, I would love to have more people do this kind of thing. That's it. I'll shut up.
All right. So I got to read this from my brother, Harold Pride. Happy holidays, Harold. I miss you so much. Let's see. He told me my stuff was sacred to him and he wouldn't take it away and mess with it. Just like I would never go off and remix Slide. Prince only came in on the music when I invited him. All right.
Who is that? Who says this?
George Clinton.
George Clinton.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Which is why I could trust him.
Thank you, Brother Pratt.
Yeah, I mean, we're mentioning these people, George Clinton. I guess it's the same way, like whoever got at Shaka Khan, or if she knew it, when they was like, yo, you need to do this song. I feel for you. Somebody saw Prince's genius hella early and was like, yo, this song is it. Let's flip this song and let it blow. Because they pulled a, what they call that? That's a deep album track for that time. That wasn't no hit. It wasn't even no single. So for an artist of her, she was a established classic R&B veteran already. She was already a veteran.
Yeah.
And for a veteran to pull the young dude's song on the come up and have it be a number one, that's wild. So they saw, I guess the real art, the real musicians and artists of the game, they saw what Prince was doing early. They recognized it, early.
Yeah, Prince has always been a musician's musician.
Yeah. I was going to say, and that's interesting because I've always wanted to do that timeline, because Shaka tells the story about when Prince tried to trick her that Sly was at the studio and then she goes down. So I always want to know the conversation between her remembering that moment and them saying, hey, let's cover this Prince song, and what connection Shaka would have made in her head behind that. It's saying that all these people, and I would say someone else who he's no longer here. And I was really thankful that I got to interview him. As a brother, I don't think his name gets mentioned enough just because he didn't have a lot of hits. But some of y'all may remember a brother named Kashif. And Kashif was like a musician's musician. And for me, when I got to interview him, and we didn't talk much about music because my book is about lyrics, but Kashif was really just talking about songwriting. So to your point, Brother Deanie, Kashif was like he was just for a structure. Everybody knew Prince was the man. Like, you couldn't listen to a Prince song structure and not know he was the man. So I think that goes to your point of those real musicians knew that. I'll shut up.
So it's a question from Stone Freak. Didn't Prince produce something else early on but pull from her album? I'm thinking you're talking about Chaka Khan. Does anyone know this?
It's a good question. I don't know, but that's a good question. That's a good question.
Unless it's that you're talking about that album that had was it like Sticky Wicked and a couple other. I know that was a Prince song, but that came out. I bet that's a good question.
And Big Sexy is saying Kashif wrote an excellent book on the music industry.
Cool. Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, good brother. What's up, Big Sexy?
What up? And let's see. And so I know Prince wrote a song for Ren Woods, but I think the question is about Shaka Khan, right? Not
Shaka Khan.
Not Ren Woods. Okay, so you're getting a request to share your interview on Kashif.
I will tell you this: the bulk of that interview is in the Lyrics of Prince book. Like I put just about everything that Kashif said to me is in that Lyrics of Prince book. So if you have or can get my book, The Lyrics of Prince, that it is Kashif is in there, and he was really he was really forthcoming. Like Kashif was really forthcoming. There you go.
There you go.
So he was a really great interview. Kashif was a really great interview. Him, Pepe, and why am I forgetting Prince's first manager? Owen. I would really say that Kashif, Pepe, and Owen were 3 really good interviews.
Oh, Owen Huxley?
Yeah, Owen Huxley. Yeah, Owen Huxley, Kashif, and Pepe were really great interviews. And now I'm gonna let both of y'all slap me upside the head because the only interview that I missed, I had it set up, we had the time for it. I forgot that I had scheduled Dez for an interview.
What?
Yep.
I forgot.
And what was crazy, the way it came about, like his wife, I was talking to his wife was acting as his manager at the time. She had set it up. It was like for 10 a.m. The next day came about, and when I looked up, it was 5 effing o'clock, and I had missed the entire.
How old were you, Lee?
I was a grown man. I was 25, 26. Like I was, and I was too embarrassed to call and apologize. I would say I missed the interview and was too embarrassed.
So they just saw you just ghosted them, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It felt like it was like just a ghost. But yeah, so I would say that Kashif interview and Pepe and Owen, those are probably 3 of the best interviews.
All right. So who wants to read about the Flesh sessions?
The Flesh.
The Flesh.
I'll read it.
Go ahead, brother.
Saturday.
Yes.
December 28th, 1985. This session was collectively called Paisley Jam and included Madrid, tracking mix, Slaughterhouse, tracking mix, Breathless, tracking mix, Just Can't Stop, tracking mix, Run Amok, tracking mix, 12 Keys, early version of The Question of You, tracking mix, High Colonic,
yep,
tracking mix, and then mobile,
yep,
tracking mix, Sunset Sound, Studio 3, 6 p.m. to 11:30 p.m., which is not that long.
Nope.
Booked, locked out, producer Prince, artist Prince, The Flesh, engineer Coke Johnson, assistant engineer Alexander Waverly, likely.
Skipping the quote,
right on the page. Oh boy. Likely inspired by Miles, Prince gathered several musicians in his circle to spend an evening with him in the studio to see what transpired. Let's just get it off the top. Release it! That's a given. Prince seemed to want a true flow of music. So he invited Eric Leeds and Sheila into the studio and asked her guitarist, Levi Caesar Jr., to join them on bass. The session was scheduled for 3 in the afternoon, but in true jazz fashion, the recording didn't start until 6 p.m. Prince and Eric had worked together the previous summer on several sax-based instrumentals for the family.
Yeah.
Yes, but those were just 2 musicians trading ideas. And boy, Those two musicians trading ideas are classic. Madhouse, ain't got to say nothing else. This was the first project that we ever referred to as The Flesh. Remember, Leeds? A name that would come up again several times later, but we called it this just for our own recording title, just so we could distinguish this group of material from anything else. Lee continues. Do I read that?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
We went in and played nonstop all night, filling up. I don't know how many tapes, all instrumental jams. And I gave titles to the songs, things like Slaughterhouse, Run Amok, Mobile, Madrid, all these things. A song that I called 12 Keys, which was actually the song The Question of You, which he recorded his version of it years later. We did a bunch of stuff during all those jam sessions. The Flesh project would expand over the course of the next month, exciting Prince momentarily, but like many of his projects, it would take a backseat to other ideas. It's interesting music, recalls Lees. He's very unstructured because they were just jams. Very unstructured because they were just jams, which doesn't necessarily lead itself to a project. The range of Prince's talent consistently impressed and confused those around him. Levi had participated in the few sessions with Sheila the previous summer, so they were on each other's radar. When I first heard Prince, there was nothing but hayfields, snow, and cows out there. I didn't know how he was coming up with all that funk from a place where there was 5 months of winter and 30 degrees below zero. How was that happening? What were his influences? Did he go to church? Where was it coming from? That's what was tripping me out about Prince. It's interesting that, again, you can see how other musicians viewed him like they just didn't think, oh, he's not from where we are. How he know about all this? It's so interesting to see how that's what they saw him.
Hey, so Dick Clark wasn't far off. How'd you come up with this out there in Minnesota?
Right. Because black folks was like, how you know this part? Like, okay. 4 hours are spent on the songs, and then another 90 minutes listening to the mixes. Wow. Real time. In a change of his usual method, Prince recorded the entire session to half-inch tapes, which are normally used for mixes. But Prince seemed to be eager to catch the energy of the jam as it went down without any additional studio tricks. Eric recalled how this idea was presented in the studio. Prince was laughing and saying, "My accountant's telling me I spend too much money in the studio, so we're not going to spend money on a 24 track. We're going to go live to 2 track." Wow, which is a bold move. I don't know anything about what we were going to do, remembers Caesar. Prince was like, "Hey, man, we're going to roll the tape and see what comes out." And he just kept rolling. We had tapes like 6-7 feet high, 3-4 rows of tapes, just cut. I just don't know what we did. A lot of material.
I just know that we did a lot.
I just know that we did. Sorry. We were recording to half-inch tape, confirms Coke Johnson. There were 2 reasons for that. One was because it was a lot cheaper than rolling 2-inch tape for a couple of hours. Another is that it was recorded directly to a half-inch. Then we were listening back to it. I would edit those songs, physically cut the half-inch tape, and cut section to that section, to this section. All at Prince's directive, changing the arrangement to where it was hipper. And just to add a little context, so they're basically saying is they're not recording the 24 tracks. They ain't recording the no track. They're using the board, obviously, to get the mix right, but then they're just recording it straight to the 2-inch tape, and you can't edit the levels on that half-inch tape. It is exactly how it sounds, but it's interesting to say that he's cutting the tapes and mixing sections, jumping into this, and that's wild. The entire session was such a loose jam that even basic rules of recording were not always followed, remembers Eric. Slaughterhouse was in 2 parts, I believe, because the master tape ran out and there was an overlap for a second reel to start recording. We never assembled the 2 parts. The edited Paisley Jam was recorded to a single C60 cassette. Eric felt that the Flesh sessions were one of the most incredible things we ever did.
High praise.
Yeah. Status, Slaughterhouse, 8 minutes 7 seconds and a minute 47 seconds. You Just Can't Stop, 6 minutes. Run Amok, 8 minutes. Mobile, 6:17. Madrid, 9 minutes and 15 seconds. An edit of Madrid, 6 minutes and 32 seconds. Breathless, 6 minutes and 43 seconds. High Colonic, 9 minutes, 45 seconds. And 12 Keys, 6 minutes, 28 seconds. All remain officially unreleased. This sequence may not reflect the actual recording order from this date. The Flesh.
Did you read that it also, I guess maybe in the updated book, it says, although Madrid, including some elements from High Colonic, later evolved into Andorra on Eric Times Squared album. So that's an addition in the paperback. And Zakia has a question. Do we know how Bonnie became a part of Prince's band, his first duet band singer? Random question. I mean, Bonnie was a member of Sheila's band. I mean, a lot of the musicians who came to Prince's band came from Sheila's band. So Miko was in Sheila's band. Levi was in Sheila's band. Bonnie was in the band. Yeah,
man, the Bay Area.
And you
should take the Bay Area out of Prince thing. You don't have what we know.
Yeah, what's that Tony Jam? Oakland Swing or Oakland Funk?
Oakland Stroke.
Yeah, Oakland Stroke. Yeah, every time I hear Oakland Stroke, I think about as Brother Pride has named the band with no name. Like when I hear Tony's Oakland Stroke, that is for me the Sign of the Times Love Sexy Band.
Interesting.
Quick question. And how much of this do you think opens even more of a window to Madhouse?
Well, okay, so like for me, Celie, I always saw the two instrumentals on the Family's record.
Right.
Yes, it's like Madhouse Zero.
Okay.
And so for me, the lineage is those two songs. Then you go into the Flesh sessions.
Okay.
And then, you get into Madhouse. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but that's how I call it.
Right. No, because like I said, because it's a really free-flowing jam session. So like I said, I'm with you with the two songs on the Family and then coming through the Flesh. And I know you guys are a lot more in tune to, Brother Ted, in tune to Madhouse in the way that, I like Madhouse, but I'm not as in tune to it. But I always thought about this as kind of one of those moving toward what we got with Madhouse.
Yes. So I'm gonna speak for Pretty Ricky. So this is let me see. I think I had so our Dearest State moment. We really would love a Madhouse box, a super deluxe box set. And on that Madhouse super deluxe box set, we would love to have the Flesh sessions. We would love to have any live shows of Madhouse from the Sign of the Times tour. We need that box set because we want those songs remastered and we want new fans to be introduced to such amazing musicianship. All right.
Yeah, just to throw my piece in, I feel like the Flesh is very distinctive to Madhouse. I think the Madhouse mainly really is connected to the Family, and what I mean by that is in terms of the way the songs are constructed. The Flesh, like you said, is just free flowing. It's almost as if there is no structure. It sounds like more of a jazz, in my mind, what a traditional jazz would sound like. Where there isn't like established hooks and choruses. And I feel like, to me, like Madhouse stuff, those could be songs, in my opinion. Like I wouldn't be shocked if somehow later they came out and found there were vocal tracks on some of them. Like maybe they were considered, he was just messing around. I mean, you hear it never came out like that, but the Dopamine song, ends up on Eric's thing, but there is a version with Prince singing on it.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised because to me, Madhouse, the songs are structured like songs. Like they got the chorus, the bridge. which makes them to me more commercial viable. Like I could see them putting that out. Like they sound like some. Yeah, you can listen to that, and you don't have to be a jazz head, and you can get into it because they're not simple. But what I mean is they're easy to understand what those are. Or I feel like the Flesh is to me where they're really stretching their muscles and not leaning on a chorus or a easily identifiable sort of sound. It's just like, yo, let's just groove. To me, it makes me think more of when I think of the Sign of the Times, Love Sexy band, specifically. Just to go, and I'm going to hear when you listen to the New Year's Eve or you watch the New Year's Eve performance in Paisley Park at the Sign of the Times era, and what after Miles Davis leaves the stage and that sort of extended 15-20 minutes that Prince and the band just seem to jump from all this different stuff, and you can tell they have all of these different little grooves and things. To me, this is what the Flesh kind of more sounds like. No, this is what the band can actually really do. Like, and they're just kind of locked into each other where they understand the cues of, oh, I see where you're about to go with this. Okay, cool. I think that's kind of what Levi is even saying. Like, yo, I didn't know he knew that type of groove. Like, we all know that kind of feel, but you didn't hear that in his record. So it was just a shock that, oh, he can go here. Okay. Oh, you know this song, you know that style. So to me, when I think of the Flesh, I think of you really hearing his true musical ability at that particular time. And it's fascinating to hear this is what he can really do, just uncut versus what you hear on his records. You would probably not even think that that's the same guy. I think back then, if you'd heard him, like, whoa, I didn't know he could play like that. So that's when I think of the Flesh. And
I would just add, not to give you another project, Brother Dean, but you've been doing something lately that's just got me rethinking some stuff. And I was thinking about, I'd love a podcast juice special session where you take what you think are some of Prince's songs without the vocals that translate instrumentally best. Because what I think about is, I think about the First Time album, and people don't realize how much music is on those First Time albums, how much vamping, right? Just like, it's literally, you remember Pepe used to tell the joke about when he first got with Prince, the problem with Prince was Prince's songs would have literally 1 minute of lyrics and then 8 minutes of jamming. And Pepe was like, hey, we need to teach you how to structure songs. But if you look at that First Time record, First Time record is really literally songs would be 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes of vocals and 4 minutes of just jamming. So I was thinking about that.
That's I Want to Be Your Lover. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
His first album was like that.
Exactly. So I think that what you've been doing with playing those instrumentals, like with the lyrics removed, I think it's really kind of helping to open up to this where Prince ends with Madhouse. That's what he always was. It was just lyrics on these things, but his songs were always vamps. His songs were always extended out. It's just what you're doing now, and us having these discussions are really letting people say that. I'll shut up, because there's a think something that Prof Duff highlighted about Madhouse that I definitely want to be able to answer.
So is it this one?
Not yes. I'll just say this. First time I heard 6, I didn't need to know. I didn't need no name on it. Like first time I heard, when I heard 6, like, and I remember the brother. I remember when it got played on the radio. When the dude played 6 on the radio, and here's how crazy it was. Not only did it not fool, like the dude, this when it ended, Brother Dean, he said, "Yeah, this label say Madhouse." So we all know who this is. Like, he was like, "Yeah, we all know," and he just played another record. I remember being in my mother's car laughing, like, "Yeah, we know who that is." So if you heard 6, there was no way for you to hear 6 and not know that was Prince. I shut up.
Yeah. I remember the first time I heard about that project was MTV News. What was the
Kurt Loder?
Kurt Loder, I believe it was him. And it was just one of those news stories that came out. It was like, Prince's label's got a new release coming out, but he's not on it or something like that. And it's called, and I was like, well, let me go look to the record store and looked at it. And I remember I saw it. I was like, oh, that's it. And like you, when you first played, I was like,
yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, this is him. Like, what is that? You know, just it was one of the first records where I just let it play and just because there was no vocals, I had to just get sucked into the music. And I think those are probably the records where I really started to hear and identify, I think, his music, like his sound. Like I was like, okay, I can hear his playing. And I really started to realize now when I hear other stuff, I know immediately, oh, that's, I know how he plays his song. So yeah, I'm kind of with you on that for sure.
And, you know, and for me, it was about Paisley Park Records. I've always been drawn to labels, and I had relationships with everybody at the different record stores, and there would always be releases. And if you made friends with the people who work at the record stores, they would let you know when things were coming out. And at that time, before Good Question, if it was Paisley Park, I knew it was Prince. Wow. Obviously, that didn't translate for all the Paisley Park releases. Right. But in the beginning, if it was Paisley Park, I knew that it was Prince.
Yeah. Man, salute to a Good Question. One of them dudes hit me up, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I felt like he said he used to live in Seattle, too. But, yeah, salute to the brothers, man.
Have you ever interviewed him?
No.
You should interview them because I would just really be interested to know what it was like being a Paisley Park artist. True. Right. Just plus we don't have Tony Lamons anymore. And I know Levi has talked about Tony Lamons, and I really like that Tony Lamons album. Like it's not my favorite Paisley Park, but I really like that Tony Lamons. So I think it'd be cool for you to interview them just to see what was it like to be a Paisley Park artist. That's it.
So Sinek asked, did Madhouse happen during the Kenny G moment? And so I pulled up Wikipedia and I discovered a couple of things. One, Kashif recorded with Kenny G, which
there you go. Say that Kashif again.
I did not know.
Man,
during this time in the 80s, he collaborated with musician, singer, songwriter, producer Kashif on many tracks, including the 1985 single Love on the Rise. Mm-hmm. Now, in 86, Dual Tones was huge for Kenny G. And then if you go down to his discography, you'll see Gravity was 1985 and Dual Tones was 1986. So, but I hope that Madhouse was not in response to Kenny G. I wouldn't think, well, I mean, I guess the only thing that Prince would possibly care for is he was making a lot of money off of that music.
Hey man, salute to Kenny G. That's a Seattle hometown hero. So we see him totally different than y'all, but so I get it. But
look, I'm not be one of the people. I didn't hate on Kenny G. For me, it was it was just music. Like it was just dudes in a band. So I wasn't one of those but I will say this, based on what we have, I would say Prince meeting Miles, right? So Prince is meeting Miles in this same time. So I think that Prince meeting Miles probably had a bigger influence than him hearing and seeing what's happening with Kenny G. But I'm not gonna be one. I know a lot of people feel a lot of way, but them songs on the damn radio. So I just say that I ain't going like I turned out the radio when the Kenny G came on the radio. That's it. I'll shut up.
Can you go to LTK? Oh, go. I'm sorry. Go. Exactly.
I wanted to do.
That answers it right there. Yeah, that answers it right there. Yeah, he was reactive like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You can just listen to his music and how it shifts over the years. It is, we hate to admit, but a lot of it'd be a response to what is going on at that particular time. Like, there's nothing.
And but put up Big Sexy's. I like that term because I think a lot of people don't understand how art works and that all art is metatextual, right? Mm-hmm. It's impossible for you as a poet not to be in conversation with other poets. It's impossible for you as an MC not to be in conversation with other MCs. it's impossible for you as a bass player not to be in conversation with other bass players. So I think a lot of times we confuse being influenced by something and being a response to something as biting or copying. I think those are two different things. I think a lot of time we fail to realize that in many cases, artists are just responding to something, not so much they are copying it and stealing it and all of that. And I really think that we have to be a little bit more nuanced. So thank you, Big Sex, because that's I think response is a better. Now I want to be clear. Biting happens, copying happens, like chasing trends. Those things do happen. But I would argue that, and I'll give you the perfect example. There's 3 songs that are massive hits that all have the same bass line, and no one thinks that they're stealing from each other. And those 3 songs with the same bass line are Kool and the Gang's Hollywood Swinging, Lil Sheik's song, damn, I'm forgetting the Sheik song, and Queen's Another One Bites the Dust. They all open with the same bass line. Now, here's some history behind that. When Kool and the Gang was recording their song, Niles Rodgers them was actually in the studio around Kool and the Gang. When Niles Rodgers them was recording the Good Times, when Niles Rodgers them was recording Good Times, John Deacon, the bass player from Queen, was in the studio hanging out with them. It's the same bass line. No one has ever said they were stealing from each other. They all 3 have the same bump, 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 and then they take it somewhere else. So I think we have to do a better job thinking about in response to as opposed to stealing.
Oh my God. Okay. Thank you, Ted. That's all I gotta say. All right. So Cynic had a comment because releasing an instrumental album was unheard of before Kenny G. What about Return to Forever and all the jazz heads? They were all instrumental albums.
Maybe he's talking about for pop.
Okay.
Maybe Cynic, maybe he can clarify, but maybe he's thinking like as a pop to do it, say on to try to get like on R&B and pop. Maybe he's saying it for a pop album and not a jazz album.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, right. Oh, whoa. Who's Studio?
Yeah, sure does. Yep.
Listen, I was this close to doing a video last night, and I might do it today. I just fell across whatever album this song comes from. I don't know. I think they may have just released it, but it's on Dolby Atmos now. And I listened to Studio. Bang, and like, God damn. And you can hear the 1999-ness of it. It's just ridiculous. But there's also a super deluxe version of this album that came out a couple of years ago. And it has the regular album plus all the uncut stuff. But it also has a live concert on that album. It reminds me very much of the Sign of Times, the way it's structured in terms of super deluxe. But the live version, concert, Phil Collins, you have to listen to it.
Yeah.
Banging. This song, it sounds like one of the greatest end of the concert Prince shows in your life. Because, it just has all of the elements sonically. And the crowd is so lit. And the call and response with the audience, I'm telling you, in the horns and the badass, man. I had never heard this before, but completely badass. So you definitely got to check that out.
Yeah. Thank you, Black Bear. That's another good example too. I like Black Bear's example. That's a really good example. And Mike, if I'm not mistaken, basically said that Billie Jean was inspired by I Can't Go For That. So yeah, so Mike is on record for saying that. And one last one. I want to say it's either Flashlight or Tear the Roof Off. Which Parliament song is inspired by Fame? David Bowie's Fame. Because he actually told when Fame came on the radio and he told Bootsy to remember that bass line. And so the bass line from David Bowie's Fame, it is either Flashlight or tear the roof off, but I can't remember which one. So yeah, so a lot of times things are in response to and not actually rip off. Thank y'all for all those great examples.
Isn't you brought up Colonic Gang? Didn't they reveal that Celebration?
Yep.
Is just their riff off on I Want to Be Your Lover?
It's I Want to Be Your Lover and
maybe it's a different song I'm thinking.
No, it's I Want to Be Your Lover and it's a Michael Jackson song. He took 2 songs and put them together. Yes. So Kool and the Gang, yes. So Celebration. In fact, it's Celebration is I Want to Be Your Lover and a Michael Jackson song.
Okay.
I mean, in the same way where, Prince is openly riffing James Brown on songs. We don't bat an eye. Well, most of us don't bat an eye on that. The work and, Sexy MF.
Yeah.
He's openly, being inspired by Sly and visually and sonically. Hendrix and things. So I mean, that's what artists do. That's what they do.
Yeah.
All right. So we are at the end here, and in 85, if I did all my calculations correct, and this is what we know, there were 89 studio sessions total for all of 1985, and 71 songs total were written by Prince in 1985. And you can go through all of them, but we won't. But started off in January with Toy Box, actually in the ATL for Sheila E.'s Romance 1600. And because they were still on tour, and then they would move to Sunset Sound and started on a lot of the parade tracks like I Wonder You for the upcoming symposium that I'm very excited about. And then we put like Old Friends for Sale, Sometimes It Snows in April, Kiss, Hello, Heaven, which is different from I Wish You Heaven. I love Heaven. Killing at the Soda Shop, which is one of my favorite unreleased Jill Jones albums, songs. Then Jaws Burning, which is, used a lot throughout the concerts, and Girls and Boys, and Love or Money, and Alexa de Paris, and Venice de Milo, Do You Lie, Empty Rooms, Sexual Suicide, Mountains, An Honest Man, Eternity, A Little Love Hole in Your Head, Love on Blue Train, and all of the ones that we talked about today, and a gazillion that I didn't even name. So many songs were recorded.
So, all right, that's enough.
Yes, which is different from Heaven.
Right.
There's a lot of Heaven songs actually in Prince's catalog.
Right.
Conversation. So I'm still thinking about Jelly Bean. May he rest in music. I watched the live stream of his homegoing. It was really, really moving to hear from all of his kids. So if you haven't had an opportunity, you can go to jellybean-johnson.com to watch the live stream. And if you haven't had an opportunity to watch the Glenn Parsons interview about the Sun of the Times lettering, as well as Madhouse logo, as well as the Apollonia 6 logo, but also, which was the most exciting for me, to learn about the making of the album cover, please do so. I really appreciate that, to give him his flowers.
There was some cool images of the different logos.
Love Sexy. Yes, Love Sexy. He did the alternatives. So usually when, any client is looking for a new logo, they might have different artists give them what are called comps, which are short for comprehensives. And he gave, I'm assuming Laura LaPuma, 3 different versions of the Love Sexy logo, but obviously Margot Chase is the one who won. He talked about how they often competed for the same job. So that was really cool. But the 2 logos that he shared with me, and I was really blown away by the Love Sexy logos because I had no idea that he also was working on those. But the Paisley Park Film and the Paisley Park Broadway logos were really, really awesome.
And I want to thank y'all for pointing out that there was a bank in the background of that Madhouse cover, because I never saw the bank in the background. I mean, I go look at it, but I never didn't know the bank back there. My bad. So I appreciate y'all. That's what made it enlightening for me. Look at that. It really is a bank back there.
Yeah, it's really the bank. But we talked about that on what that was Michael. Michael and I, we were talking about that on What Did Prince Do This Week? For sure.
There's more stuff on that cover. Wow, look at that.
Yes. And then we are looking forward to the vinyl releases for the first time, Hit and Run Phase 1 and 2. At least some of us are looking forward to Hit and Run Phase 2. Some of us may not be looking forward to Hit and Run Phase 1.
Hey, but hey, if y'all got $1 million show with Prince's vocal on it, I would like to hear it.
Okay, so Ted is saying that Toy Box is the same melody as Sometimes It Snows in April. Is that true? I don't hear it.
Interesting. I gotta listen to that.
Yeah.
Ted would know.
Yeah, Ted would know. That's the musician he is.
Yeah.
Yes. And Michael Dean actually interviewed Laura LaPuma, who was the art director that Mr. Parsons was working for, and Margot Chase for that matter. All of them were being hired by Laura LaPuma, who I thought you had interviewed her last year, but actually it's been like 2 or 3 years. It wasn't as recent as I thought it was. It's like all the years are blurring together. And then
real quick, didn't you, Brother Dean, didn't you also interview Levi?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So I wanted to shout that out. Hey, y'all, if y'all get a chance, go check out Brother Dean's interview with Levi. It is great. So that's it. Go on, talk to them. But it's when we were missing Levi. And I love hearing Levi talk, and I don't think we hear enough from Levi. No. And I wanted to thank you again for that interview, because it's a great interview. So check out the Levi interview with Brother Dean. All right, that's it.
Yeah, I'll put it in the accompanying playlist alongside the Laura LaPuma one if you haven't heard that one, because that one's also really good. I mean, all of Michael Dean's interviews are really important, but the one with Levi is super important because Levi doesn't talk a lot. So that Michael was able to talk to him is massive, in my opinion.
And then after you listen to all the monumental Brother Dean interviews, feel free to scroll on down and listen to all right. Tell me what you're thinking of.
Oh, to listen to what?
Robin Flowers.
That's a classic one too.
Oh my God, Michael. That's when I knew that you were the best interviewer of all time.
That's my baby, Robin.
That was
you got skills, bro.
Masterful. That was a masterful interview, Michael Dean.
Well, salute to my sister. What was it? I'm sorry. Robin. I know Robin. Like, yeah, salute to Robin to being a help. She really that was a tag team.
Okay. Yes. All right. And Manisa, you also interviewed Manisa. So many interviews. We can be here all day talking about all the interviews Michael Dean has done. So if you have not subscribed to Michael Dean's channel, which is at MDean, you want to make sure that you do it. And if you haven't watched some of these really important interviews, I highly recommend that you do so. Yes, we have been praying for Alexander O'Neill and their wife for the past weeks. We hope that they are okay. We haven't heard anything. Has anyone heard anything?
No. I haven't. Let's shout out to my Natchez, Mississippi homeboy, Alexander O'Neill, Natchez, Mississippi's finest.
Yes.
All right.
And let's see. And you interviewed Andre Simone?
Couple times.
Okay. And let's see. And
Robin.
Long time. Oh yeah, I don't know about the money on the ground. I got to go back.
We ain't get all them details to y'all. Appreciate y'all, but thank you, Prof. Duff, for giving us them details, because I didn't know them details was on there.
Okay, all right. You're the musician, so you know, but I don't hear it. I think that sounds like a video, Ted.
There you go.
Yes. Break it down. See, did y'all see the part in the film, Damon Wayans? I don't know what part. Let's see. That's so wonderful to know that Alexander was that
I did see a picture of him there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad that they're doing good.
Good deal.
All right. So
yeah, and real quick, man, salute to all them brothers, sisters, just everybody that came out that camp, man. Even so many years later, I'm still like listening, I'm still learning. And I saw that picture from the memorial thing for Jelly Bean. You just see a lot of them cats that you kind of watched over the years, and it was really just a good, it's like, man, they're still getting united. still showing respect to each other. And just again, from the fans' perspective, man, we love all y'all. Like, you guys have brought a lot of joy to our lives. Who would have, y'all probably would have never known like this music that y'all created, y'all in Minneapolis, that it just touched the world, man. And it really like it went out and other cats got inspired. We're doing this right now because of that, and it just how it just trickled throughout the world. So we really give it up, man, for not just Prince, but just everybody out of Minneapolis. Whatever it was in that town, that time period, y'all really, it just shined out, man. The blessings of it just shined out across the world. So we really got to give it up to Minneapolis, man. Like they really, just my daughter, she's 10 years old. She's stuck on Escapade. And that's Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis classic, you know what I'm saying? And then gets to the part, Minneapolis, she don't even know what she's saying. But she feel it, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, man, this stuff is magical, man. It's dope. Like it was way bigger than we give it credit for. It's not just Prince doing this, it's all of them, man. Right. Fantastic. I'm done. Now I'm done.
Yes, it takes a village. All right. So next year is going to be the 10th anniversary of Prince's passing. And some of us will be going to Paisley Park, to Mecca. And that will be happening June 3rd through 7th. And then some of us will hopefully convene in person on Saturday and Sunday in Brooklyn, and Friday virtually for I Wonder You 40, where we'll be celebrating 40 years of Parade and my favorite Prince film, Under the Cherry Moon. I'm really looking forward to this. So if you're in the tri-state area, I hope that you'll join us in person. And I'm extremely excited that Law is going to be performing live. Not kick us off, but it's going to be Friday evening. And it's going to be an amazing time if you want to hear some live music and you want to hear someone who is good at everything, meaning he can play good, he can sing good, he can rap good, he can dance his butt off. His shows are electric. I hope that if you're planning on joining us for the symposium that you'll buy your tickets and you want to get them early, because I have a strange feeling that they're not going to be available by the time we get to that time. So you want to make sure that you get your tickets early so you can celebrate. And then I'm trying to get Chris Rob to do a show too on another night. So see how that goes. So hopefully there'll be 2 shows that you can just hear Prince music live, because that's the way it should be heard live. And then because we're still in the holidays and we are approaching New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, please send out love. If you can, contribute to the GoFundMe for Dr. Funkenberry as he continues to battle cancer. As you know, hospital bills are not cheap, and just send him some kind words, uplift him, alongside Addie Durant, who is very instrumental in the Clubhouse version of Purple Rain. And if you haven't listened to that, which is an audio production, a fan production, and it is incredible. They did an incredible job. If you haven't heard it, I would recommend that you take some of the time you might have off right now to listen to the Clubhouse version of Purple Rain that the fans did. It is incredible. And then we've been talking about Des today, and he also has a GoFundMe. So if you're on his Facebook, send him some love. And if you can, send him some funds to help him with his time of need as well. And we have the accompanying playlist, which is on my YouTube channel, all the way at the bottom. You scroll all the way to the bottom, and I'll add not all of them, but about 5 of Michael Dean's amazing interviews. Because if I were to, you need to actually figure out how many interviews you have done. It's been a lot. So yes. So if you haven't heard some of them, you definitely need to catch up. All right. So Michael Dean, take a sip. Oh, wait.
before he takes us out, 2 quick things. I want to thank Sister Zakia for putting in the chat about the Chuck Berry documentary. Y'all should check that out. I will say this: a lot of people don't know this. Chuck Berry and Little Richard actually had their first hits 2 months apart, 1 month apart in 1953. And so Little Richard gets the most of the fame for being the architect of rock and roll, but technically they were on the charts 1 month apart. And so there's some more I could say that I actually do a masterclass on Black music and talk about Chuck Berry and Little Richard. So Chuck Berry doesn't get, and there are a couple of reasons why Chuck Berry doesn't get that. And then the other thing I want to say, just to share something quickly, I did not know that my grandson, for Christmas, his parents got him a record player.
Oh, nice.
And I did not know. And I have a little clip I was going to share with you, Prof. Duff, when I found out that he got a record player. And so when I found out that he got a record player for Christmas, all of my Prince albums and 12 inches and 45s have been in my closet in storage since 2005. I took them all out and gave them to him.
Oh.
And it was because the only album he had, because he just got the record player. So the other album he has, I think he has a what's the guy who had the beef with Drake?
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, he has a Kendrick Lamar album. So that's the only album he has. He has a Kendrick Lamar album. So I gave him all of my Prince albums in 12 inches and 45s. And I was like, they're yours now. They not granddaddy's no more. So, but that was just that. Like I said, they'd been in there, and I didn't know what I was going to do with them. And for me to be able to give them to him, to give them to my grandson. So anyway, I just wanted to share that and say I literally was. That was more moving than I thought it would be, giving him those, and he was so happy. And it was like all my other albums too. So he didn't know about the Janet Jackson Rhythm Nation album. He flipped through that. I forgot I had some Al B. Sure. I had an Al B. Sure first album in there. So anyway, just to say that.
Girl.
There you go. That my grandson now my grandson is an audiophile like y'all. Y'all know I'm not an audiophile like y'all. So I'm gonna be calling Big Sexy to help with my grandson. Now that he got his first record player. All right, I'll shut up.
Just but one more thing before we Michael Dean takes us out. I want to say, Vanessa, I am so going to miss you on the East Coast, but I understand the calling of the West Coast. There's a lot of folks in West Coast, and last week I wished I would have been in the West Coast for Alice Smith and Corey Henry. So I hope, since you're moving to the West Coast, that you'll see more Corey Henry and Alice Smith than I will be able to do so, because that's
moving.
Yes.
Oh, well, come on in. Come on in. That's what's up. All right, we ready to get up out of here, I guess?
Yep. Take us out.
All right. Well, wow, we're about to end right at the top of the hour. Happy New Year once again. Happy holidays. Hope you had a good Christmas. Hope you got to spend some time with your family, or if maybe you needed that break period, you did. I feel that too. I'm here by myself at a couple free days, so I'm loving that. You got there you go. And shout out to Pretty Ricky as well. Yes, we're about to get up out of here. Enjoy the last couple days of the year. Work it like a job. We'll see you next time.
I will say, Nick, I am the same. I was like, man, that's a good granddaddy.
All right. Some kids ain't gonna appreciate
it. Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh my God. Happy New Year when we are back next week. So enjoy yourselves.